So right now I'm trading the local price action in between the low and the high that we put in yesterday. I had a feeling that we would range here for a little bit, and so far we have. So I've come up with some trading plans inside this range, and I've taken one trade so far, so I want to go over that. This long that I took, I traded it as an SFP. We wicked down below the low. We even got a move right into the value area low. And as we got this move, we saw divergences, both with momentum and with money flow more locally as we came down to put in this lower low. And I didn't get the best entry on this. I was a little late to it, but I still locked in a profit on this. My risk reward to the value area high for my first TP was not great, but I still locked in some profits there, and I took out more profits up around these highs when we started getting this wick back to the downside. I decided to TP some more. So far, hasn't been a bad trade. Right now, I have my stop loss right around my entry. So I got a profit locked in with this one. And now we have fallen back inside of the value area. So the next place I would be watching is right around here where we have the golden pocket and also potentially a 10-minute fair value gap. I do not really know how to identify fair value gaps correctly, but I figured I'd try to learn. So this is kind of a fair value gap on a low time frame where we have this one candle here and the candle behind it and in front of it do not fill up this entire area. There is this, area where just this one candle was present. And I know there's price action, right behind it, so I don't know if that makes a difference. Like I said, I don't know much about fair value gaps, but it lines up with the golden pocket, and so it's an area I'm watching. Seems like we're approaching it pretty quickly, so we might see a bit of live price action here. If we see bullish signs there, I'll consider adding to this long if we don't stop it out, or if we do, if we wick this and then reclaim VWAP. I may consider opening up a new position. My computer is being very slow right now, which is not ideal. So we did just dip into that. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have much potential for divergences here. We can check Coinalyze. And, we saw trades getting stopped out on this move to the downside, but also on this move to the upside. So maybe if we start seeing some longs open up here, that would be something of interest. And so far we got a decent reaction. Price pulled away from that area pretty quickly. I wish it lined up with the point of control. If that was the case, then I'd feel more confident about this level, but right now it does not. And we can pull this over one candle and see if that makes a difference, but it doesn't. So yeah, I guess I'll keep watching this, and if we start seeing a bunch of longs open up, I might consider adding to my position. But the other trades that I'm watching, firstly to the upside, this level that I was hoping we would get to back here, but we kind of just left a wick in front of it. So now we can, maybe SFP this into this zone of resistance, but we have a 10-minute order block, which if I go to the 10-minute, you can see right over here, that blue candle in between two purples, and after it printed, price got a move to the downside. It's not the best because we got this wick inside of the order block, but it's kind of the best thing that we got. We don't really have a 15-minute either, because same deal, this wick is inside of it. We can check the 30, but I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, so the 10-minute is the best thing that we got, it seems. We can check lower time frames just in case there's something better on the 5-minute, but there really isn't. So that is the zone I'm watching. The 786 also lines up with the bottom of that box. So to the upside, this is my first resistance level that I'm watching, and above that I am watching a potential SFP of this high into this 1-hour order block that we front ran yesterday. I think this is a pretty key area. I've had this order block marked out for a good amount of time. There is also a 786 inside of this one. So yeah, pretty much these are the two ideas that I have to the upside. There's not too much else that I was seeing. And to the downside, I'm pretty much just watching this wick. We could maybe look at another SFP of this low, maybe coming outside of the value area, then getting back inside of it. That would also be a potential idea, but right now, the main area that I'm interested in to the downside is this low because, like I said in the short that I posted yesterday, we front ran the value area low here. So we could SFP this wick into the value area low. And let's go back and check on price action. We're getting a little bit of a pump here. Not seeing a whole lot of longs open up though, so not super confident in that. But yeah, I'd be happy if we keep pumping here anyway because I'm still in that long. Hopefully we can get back above the value area high here. So those are basically my plans at the moment. I think I will make an update when price action gets to one of my levels. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so we did see a bullish development here after we put in that low into the fair value gap. We got a golden pocket retrace, and as we got that golden pocket retrace, we did see some absorption here on Cornerlize. Not a whole lot, but there was slight absorption here. You can see as price made a higher low, into that golden pocket, we saw some shorts coming in with the CVD getting a move to the downside and the open interest increasing, showing some absorption here. So I didn't really want to add to my existing long since my entry is right below this fair value gap. So I decided to open another long here, took less of a risk with this one. My stop loss is below this wick. I have VWAP also here for support if we see another move to the downside. And my trading plan for this one, I'm looking to TP up around this area where we had this little 1 minute area of support here. There's not really much else to the upside to TP at, so that's kind of like the best thing I could do. The value area high is too low for me to TP there. That is what that's not a valid trade setup right there. So that's pretty much what's going on right now. I entered another long here, and if we get up to here, I will lock this one in, put stop loss at entry. We are starting to see this 10-minute turnaround. The VWAP's pointing back to the upside after this wave topped out, maybe looking to show continuation here. And we can check some of the lower time frames. Kind of same thing here on the 5-minute, and money flow is continuing to increase. So I think things are looking pretty decent for this long. I like this 3-minute trigger wave as well. Momentum came up above the zero line for a long time. We got one move down below the zero line and printed a very tight trigger wave right here. Money flow overall is still increasing. We got this little turn to the downside, but that could turn around as well. So that's pretty much my positions at the moment. Ideally, we will now see a move up to take out this high. So I'll check back in again in a little bit. Alright, so I got that trade locked in now. Price did find support on the VWAP after coming down to put in another lower low there. So yeah, now I got 2 trades locked in here. I got my stop loss to entry on this one. Well, it's a little bit below entry. It's actually below this wick right here, which is right around my entry. And so I got 2 profitable longs. And now hopefully we can see a move up to this high because this is my next area of interest. Alright, so both of those trades got stopped out at a profit, at least. I locked in a small profit with this guy. I closed out at like 0.25% gain in terms of my trading capital. This one was a little less than 1%, so overall I profited about 1% in those 2 trades. And now I'm gonna pretty much just wait for my other ideas. We did just come down to another potential area of support that I wasn't really paying attention to, but you could say we have a 10-minute order block here right around the point of control of this more local range, and we did get a nice bounce off of that point of control. So what I may do here is I may look for some kind of entry here, potentially absorption, potentially a order block retest, because we did technically break structure here, but I guess we already retested the 2-minute order block right there. So there is a low time frame market structure transition here as well, which could play in our favor. I may consider taking a long here, but this 5-minute money flow doesn't look great. 12-minute money flow doesn't look great either. It's continuing to put in lower lows. So, maybe things are starting to look a little bit more bearish here. Maybe we will get a move down to this low that I was watching. And we didn't get any divs on this low, not even on the 2-minute. The money flow is continuing to go lower. So this isn't looking, super great for a long. If I do take one, it's going to be a low risk one, like a 0.5%, because I don't want to, go in the negative for today just because of this trade by risking 1%. So I'll monitor this. DBSI is not looking bad on the 5-minute. We have some pretty high bullish numbers on the 5 there. We did see a decrease of open interest on the low too, potentially showing weakness in it. So maybe I can make a quick plan here. Let's see what the risk reward would be if I target the value area high again. That's kind of a big ask, I think, because we didn't really see any divergences there, but it's possible we get a move back up to the value area high. It's not the greatest risk reward, but I might consider taking it. All right, so yeah, decided to take a long on this with a smaller risk, a 0.5 risk, and I just set one TP up at the value area high to take out 50% of the trade, so that'll lock in about 0.5%. And yeah, other than that, I'm just waiting for my more key levels, either this low down here or this high in this order block. We have the value area low down below here, so there's more confluence there. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you all in the next video.